Hey y'all. Hey, we made it. Hey. Hey there, everybody. Hi, replay people, as we give a moment for live people to join us. Yay, we made it. If it's your first time joining us, welcome to the Midday Moment. I'm your host, Dr. Davina Jones. The Midday Moment, it is the place where we remind ourselves to expect great things. And we expect great things not because we ignore the questions of our day, not because we ignore the challenges of our day. We expect great things because we believe that we are fully human and fully divine. In our fully human selves, we got stuffs, lots of it. In our fully divine selves, we got the answers to the stuffs. So the midday moment is designed to make sure you are tapping into your divine. When you tap into your divine, you tap into your river of hope, your river of joy, your river of answers, your river of wisdom. Yes, your river of faith, your river that allows you the capacity and the strength to overcome the questions that you are facing. Yes, and we are not by ourselves. We are part of a large network called Kingdom, and we've got a whole menu, a whole full restaurant menu of Kingdom inspirations. And so if you are on the YouTube page, you have to go to our Facebook page here and scroll through the Midday Moment Facebook page, and you can see these different menu options. That way you can partake. It includes the daily download with Dr. Pulley, the power of prayer and praise with Elder Katrina Johnson Smith, and some others. So y'all make sure y'all check out the menu, okay? All right, come on, y'all. Let's sing a little bit. It's time. It's time for the midday moment. I got enough volume, y'all can hear it. It's time for the midday moment. It's time for the midday moment. Oh, whoa, it's time. I'm expecting, come on, y'all, sing it. I'm expecting great things. Everybody say, I'm expecting great things. Come on. I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting great things. Now, where are you expecting that? Say it. In my life, yeah, I'm expecting great things. In my home, oh, I'm expecting great things, yeah, all around me. I'm expecting great things. Yeah, eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. Eyes may not see. I don't know what's going on. I choose to believe. Eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. Eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. I guess it's got to charge the Bluetooth. I believe in great things. All right, y'all, say thank you, theme song. Even though theme song tried to cheat us of our music a little bit. But we kept on going. Y'all know how we used to do in the old church. You keep on going, honey. They say, can't no music stop me. So we keep on going. All right, everybody. So let's get to it, y'all. This is good, good, good. Okay. This is good, good, good. We have been reading in our book for this season, and we have been dealing with, sitting right here in the title of the book, we've been dealing with the W. Because sometimes you can be two-faced. That's how we used to say it as kids. Two-faced. Two-faced. You can be two-faced with yourself. A double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. If you can learn to just bring yourself into singleness and really affirm your oneness with God, ooh, you talk about tapping into your divine self. You talk about tapping into your river, and that's what we're working on, because we recognize that there are times, and we've been taught this very well, to be two-faced with ourselves, to talk about our own selves behind our own back. You gossip about yourself, so that's been our little theme. I mentioned it, and it's been sticking, okay, and it helps people to kind of get what we're talking about. So in the mirror, you may be brave enough and courageous enough, and you had a faith to step in the mirror and say wonderful and positive things about yourself, and then you turn around and you get into conversation, say, yeah, girl, that was me too. I don't even know why. I don't even know. Well, stop talking about yourself like that. I just made just the most dumb decision ever. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You made a decision to have an experience that your soul was calling for, so that you could learn a valuable lesson, so that you can learn truly where your apparent good is, which is everywhere. Okay? And so the way you work on your W is by working on your W's. And so we just spent the last couple of weeks working on the first W, which is worship. It was so good. Okay. So you got to go back and read it. Oh, I get so tempted to dig back in and recap, but we'll do our best to do a quick one because it's really good. It's important that you honor your first W, which is worship, worshiping God, worshiping love, because God is love, exalting the spirit of absolute good, because God is the everywhere evenly present spirit of absolute good. So as you exalt and affirm that to be, it allows you to give priority and preference to just that absolute good. That is what I worship. That is what I adore. And we learned in our first reading that God is a that and a who. So I worship that. I worship who? This everlasting. The everywhere even is everlasting too. The everywhere evenly present spirit of absolute good. And so I worship God. I honor people. I worship people. I honor people. I appreciate things. I enjoy places. I worship God. Keeping that perspective allows you to maintain and be centered in your oneness with God, your oneness with love, so you can stop speaking outside of love. Okay. Whew, how was that? Some beautiful nuances in there. So y'all have to go back and get the replays. A couple of the readings while we were not broadcasting included encouragement about your individual worship and your corporate worship. Your individual worship is essential, because this is a conversation. Worship is a conversation that you are having. You are the woman at the well in John chapter 4. You are the woman at the well, and you get to have your own conversation, be honest and open, and come from within. So your individual worship is incredibly important. And at the same time, day 18 reminds us that there are some aspects of corporate worship that you don't get in individual worship. So it is good, it is important that you avail yourself to corporate worship. Okay. And so we're not saying you're a bad person if you don't. We're just saying there's another level of an experience in corporate worship. I love it's football season, yay! And I enjoy football. And I certainly enjoy watching the game by myself at home. I enjoy that. And there are times when I get a chance to go out to a game, and it doesn't necessarily compare. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. They're different and they both matter. So my individual football time and my corporate football time, they both matter. Your individual and your corporate worship both matter. Okay, that's a recap. Now, let's get to the second W, which is we're introduced to our second W in week 4. My goodness. The second W is word. This right here is just, whew, my gosh. All right. So the second W that's going to help you stop gossiping about yourself behind your back. Okay. The second W is that's going to help you is word. All right. Understanding that, listen at this. God did not just aimlessly speak those creative words, let there be light. There wasn't an aimless speaking out. But God believed in those words and believed in the power of speaking those words, understanding that the mental concept of light would eventually become a reality by virtue of word. That's where we are. That's where we're at. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That ought to encourage you because it's literally showing you your power. Okay. Through faith, we understand that the words were framed by the word of God so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. All right. So that means that before you see in the physical, it happened in mind. It happened before, it happened in this intangible space of creation before you see it appear. So it's showing us that we have that capacity, that everything that appears in our lives physically, in terms of our health, our relationships, and our wealth, that's right, you can create it. We do create it. Some of us are more intentional about it than others, but it's all been created. That's good stuff because that ought to tell you where we're going. You're getting ready to step into another dimension of your ability to create or your understanding to create. All right. So let's go to day. It's already 10 minutes. So let's go to day 19. Day 19 was actually yesterday, Sunday. And this is how I'm going to summarize day 19. Day 19 is titled God is Word. Okay. And I love a portion of the reading that really encourages you to tune in like a radio. That's the metaphor we're going to work with. And then I'm going to jump to Monday, which is day 20. God is Word. Word is available to you. Spirit speaking to you and guiding you, it is always available. It is like a radio, and it's important that you avail yourself to tune in to the radio. And there are different channels and different frequencies. You have the access and the ability and the opportunity to tune in to the voice of Spirit, to God in you, through you, as you. So I'm encouraging you today, turn on your radio, folks. Turn on your radio. It's in your prayer time, your stillness, your silence, your walking, your fellowship, and your scripture reading, your studying, all the things that we tend to outline as our spiritual practices. It includes even in my yoga time, my quiet time, my shower time. Y'all, let me tell you, Spirit speaks, and my radio is so loud in my yoga time and my shower time because I'm really settled and I can hear. I can hear very clearly just different nuggets and different instructions in that spiritual energy. Woo! So turn on your radio and do what it takes to turn on your radio, okay? Because everybody's a little different. I love light. I love sunlight. I love water. Maybe that's what happens with me in the shower and sunlight, waking up and the sun. Love it, love it. Okay. So do know the things that help you to tune in, that you can kind of, use to even support your spiritual practice, your journaling, and all of those things. They help you to turn on your radio so you can hear word. Okay. All right. That was day 19, Monday. Today is day 20. Each of us is word. Yesterday, God is word. Today, the reflection is each of us is word. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. That's showing us, that's telling us, because that which is described of Jesus is a description of us. Jesus said, I am the light of the world, and then turns around and says, ye are the light of the world. So whatever is described of Jesus, I know some people think that's heresy. It's not. Jesus was our way shower, is our way shower, our pattern, the elder brother. Everything that the elder brother does, we can do. I came and I did these works, and ye shall do even greater works. And so when you see this pattern that says, and the word was made flesh, Jesus, Emmanuel, okay? The word was made flesh, Davina, okay? Katrina, Deborah, Pauletta, okay? Brenda, Elaine. The word was made fresh, Lanita, everybody. Though you are living word. All right, now listen. Individually, there's one word that governs all, and that is the word of love. And each of us, as word, as an expression of word, we have been called to express love in various ways. That's why some of us have an affinity over here, some of us have an affinity over there. That doesn't move me, but it moves her. That doesn't move me, but it moves him. Why? Because it helps him, helps her, helps them, helps you to express your version of the word love that you have been called to express in the earth. I love it that we often practice in many spiritual communities and in New Thought in Kingdom as well. One word. What is a one word that really helps you to kind of define your energy, your letters of love in the earth? And so, for one of our dear colleagues, Gina Folk, cultivator, that helps her to define her one word in the earth, cultivator. For my brother, Elder Designate Kenneth Butler Jr., witness. He has often said that witness helps him to define, and he has a very strong prophetic gift that brings about a witness of who we are and what is happening and so forth. So it's a word he uses to help to define his energy. For me, I've used the word bridge to define my one word, my expression, me as word. Bridge helps define me as word in the earth. And I have other words that help to bring out how that bridge works. Deborah. Oh my God, I love the whole story of Deborah resonates with me. It helps me to express my word, me being word in the earth. And Deborah was just that, a bridge. Rahab resonates with me. I know y'all might have some judgment about that, but I don't. Rahab was a beast, a beast of a thinker, a convener, a bridge. Oh my goodness. Just her whole life story of how she networked and made you talking about a deal. Sister knew how to make a deal and knew how to connect the pieces to make that deal. So if you're not familiar with some of these characters, Rahab and Deborah, these are biblical characters, and Google is so great. So if you haven't heard about them or read about them, just Google them. You can read about them. Okay, but these are ways to help me express myself as word. And that also helps me to be stable in all my ways. And so when I feel the temptation to gossip about myself, and I can't believe that you're in this situation, I can't believe you did this. I'm coming back. I'm coming back to center. I'm coming back to my word. I'm coming back to worship that we just got through studying. I'm coming back to my word and seeing, I get it. I get it. This here was some bridge work in the way that Deborah used to do stuff. Oh, okay, I get it. This was some bridge work in the way that Ray had. Okay. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. And it's all working for my good. Yes, it is. This too is working for my highest good. It'll keep you in the space of love. Practicing yourself as word will keep you in the space of love. It will keep you centered in your oneness with love. God is love. It'll keep you there. You're never separated, only in your thought process and your consciousness. And so we do all of these different things to bring our consciousness, bring our thoughts into alignment with who we really are. Love. Who we really are. Offsprings of the divine. Good to me. All right, I got to go. Thank you so much for letting me share my break time with you. Whatever time it is on your end, thank you for sharing it with me. I appreciate it so much. I really do. This is a part of my spiritual practice to study and share out loud. Okay, and so thank you for allowing me to do this and sharing with me. I appreciate all your thoughts. I appreciate all your thoughts, your comments, your support, you tuning in. I appreciate your love gifts, your offerings. Thank you so much. It's all an encouragement for me as I seek to also encourage you. Take care, everybody.